This was a game the Giants were always supposed to lose. The Nationals had Patrick Corbin starting and it was a rubber match. The Giants are incapable of beating Corbin and they're equally incapable of winning the final game of a split series. Patrick Corbin made 6 starts against the Giants in 2018. In those 6 starts, Corbin pitched to a 2.27 ERA in 39 2/3 innings. He struck out 46 and walked just 7. That the Giants were held to 2 base runners in Corbin's outing is expected. The Giants' only hope against him was that they could force him to throw a lot of pitches, and get to the wreckage of the Nationals' bullpen, but they couldn't even do that. Through the first 5 innings, Corbin had only thrown 60 pitches. At that point, they were more likely to get Maddox than to get Trevor Rosenthal into the game. Corbin ended his day with 9 strikeouts, 2 hits, and a walk. The Giants somehow brought a run across in the 8th inning when Eric Kratz hit double after a spirited at-bat. The Giants only barely put up a fight in the later innings, but they really flailed at the outset. Never mind that the Giants still haven't scored in 21st innings, this is the second time since Sunday that the Giants went down in order the first time through. On the season, the Giants are hitting .158, .198, .200 in the first 3 innings. That's a WRC of 8. After the 3rd inning, the Giants have a 91 WRC. That's not good, but it's not terrible. The Giants have done nothing to put pressure on starters in the first 3 innings. I hope that this is just a fluke and it's not indicative of a deeper issue. It has to be a fluke. I don't even know what the deeper issue would be. That the Giants don't have any sort of advanced scouting. That the Giants begin every game hungover and they need an hour to kick it. Drew Pomeranz split the difference between getting a lot of whiffs and giving up a ton of hard contact. The story is that Bruce Bochy told Pomeranz to air it out and let the bullpen cover the last half of the game. His fastball maxed out at 94, and he threw more curves than any other pitch. On 36 swings, he got 11 swing and misses. He struck out 7 in 4 2/3 innings. That sounds like a guy who was hard to square up, but no. He gave up 5 doubles and a dinger in his brief outing. He also mixed in 3 walks. He was perhaps fortunate to get through with only 4 runs allowed. He can thank Trevor Gott for bailing him out of a bases-loaded situation in the 5th. Travis Bergen struggled again. He gave up a double to the first batter he faced, and he walked a guy who was trying to bunt on 4 pitches. I'm not really sure why Bergen was pitching in the first place considering he threw 25 pitches last night, and there were 4 pitchers who hadn't thrown a pitch since Tuesday. Tony Watson, for instance, had only thrown 3 pitches in the last 6 days. I understand the Giants want to give him an opportunity to get back on that pony after a meltdown, but wouldn't they also want to set him up for success? You can say this about Belt's defense in left, he doesn't try to do too much. I don't know if he could have caught Anthony Rendon's double in the 3rd, but he sure decided early that he was going to play the carom off the wall. On one hand, I'm glad that Belt didn't pull a Marcell Ozuna or that he hurt himself colliding with the wall. On the other, he maybe could have caught it. Steven Duggar made his second tooth gland thrown out on the bases like a nincompoop for the series. Last night, he made a 3rd out at 3rd base. Had the Giants reviewed that play, he might have been safe, but also, maybe don't make it that close. Today, he was the first Giant to reach base, drawing a walk in the 4th inning. He promptly got picked off. Duggar is the fastest Giant by a lot, so if there's one guy who should be aggressive on the base paths, it's him. Really, his only chance of scoring after that walk was trying to steal his way to 3rd. His base running should be good, but so far, it hasn't. This is the at-bat that got Bruce Bochy ejected from the game. The higher of the orange dots outside the zone was the 3-2 pitch. I've been on the umpire side the last couple times there have been gripes, but these were terrible calls. Umpires, in general, are quite good at their jobs. But Belt walked twice in that at-bat. But she had every right to inform Ryan Addition that he screwed up. But it didn't end there. This is the pitch that got Brandon Belt ejected. That pitch was a ball width closer than the pitch he got rung up on in the fifth, but it was still well outside. Of course Belt was upset. Those calls were absolute garbage. And it's not as if Addition had been calling the outside strike all day. He missed 4 pitches on the outside to lefties through the first 7 innings. 3 of them came against Belt. I'm not going to pretend that those calls were the difference between the Giants winning or losing this game, or that umpires aren't allowed to blow a call every once in a while, but it's frustrating to watch the bat get taken out of someone's hands. Let's block ads. Why?